Our mallee soils are very precious. They're very fragile and they're very precious, but they have to be looked after. Well, I'm Helen Barber, and I was brought up on a farm west of St Arnaud at Gre Gre North. And as well as being on the farm, and I used to love helping my father, we had a swamp in front of our house, a grassy swamp, and always there's little brolgers there, so special, swans, and often nested. I can remember going out on my uncle's shoulders to see the swans nest. So lots of birds and lots of environmental things on the wetland there. So then I married Keith and came to Birchip, and I went to his farm west of Birchip, and Keith too was keen on the environment and birds, and also passionate about farming. We're very proud of our farm and our farming, and we want to leave it in a better condition than when we found it. And I often think of our ancestors and the difficulties they had in farming in this area. They were very brave people, in my opinion. And now my sons are on the farm and they have similar values. I think they want to do the best they can and leave the land in good shape. Well, it'd be terrible. It'd be a tragedy to let it happen. But the mine near Tchum Lake North is very close to the wetland, I understand. And so they'll be having big machinery, disruption, digging big holes, and there'll be lots of dust. Landcare is really important in the protection of our natural environment, and we've been members of our local group for 30 years since its inception. So we want to protect our birds, our animals, and the things that we have. So I think wind turbines near those areas would be very detrimental to the health of the birds flying in and out. And it's disturbing. In the last 14 months, I think I was told, the amount of industrialisation, if you want to call it, around Birchip. There have been 3 wind turbine factories announced, and 1 mine just around Birchip, just within a very close thing of Birchip. The other thing that concerns me greatly is that this area has been made a renewable energy zone. It will mean a concentration of all the renewable energy here. So there'll be batteries, solar, turbines, and transmission lines that power has to get somewhere, somehow. And there'll be a web of this. So our country area here is going to change forever. And we've got to put all this cement under the ground. It's huge to put up these 280-metre high towers. So the land will be ruined forever. They say they'll put it back, but they're going to leave cement under the ground if it ever was. So it's never going to be reclaimed properly again. One precious thing about living here in the southern Mallee, in a very flat area, the sunsets are just beautiful. Every day is different. Red skies, red hazes, our sunsets are beautiful. And our area is beautiful. There's a magic about the Mallee. There is a magic about the Mallee, and we don't want to lose it. Well, the effect on people in towns is interesting, actually, from my observations. Some people are very passionate and have written letters and very passionate, but others probably think, and fair enough, that's where they live in town and they don't have the same possibly feeling for the country, but I think it will impact on them eventually. There'll be less farmers around, I think, and so that could upset the fabric of our town. It looks to me there's going to be a lot more land lost to all these unless we say, stop, we've got enough, until we work out a plan what is happening. And with the threat of just so many more renewable energy, turbine, solar, transmission lines, we don't know where they're going either, and batteries, and our country areas are ruined in certain areas, will the generations coming on later on say, why did you let this happen? So that's why I'm keen to speak up and say, I think if we feel passionate about it, I'm encouraging people to speak up and make the authorities realise what they're doing, because it's unfair that we've been targeted.